You think the ghost of Elvis really talked to this woman? She swears he sends her messages through her poodle. Jeff Bridges is cute, ain't he? I think he's cuter than his brother, don't you think? He's supposed to be seeing Farrah for a while. Lee didn't know it. Now she's seeing Brian O'Neill. I kind of feel sorry for Lee. You know who I really feel sorry for? Dinah Shore. She's had a rough time. Bert left her for that flying nun. That Sally Fields. He still loves Dinah, but she's seeing Sally because she's younger. Sally. You like that name? Sally?
Would you cut it with the name crap? I'm sick of hearing it.
I thought you wanted to help me pick out a name.
Well, I don't, and I'm tired of those stupid stories.
They're not stupid. Yes, they are. No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Look, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but those magazines you read are junk, Marlene. Trash junk.
Are not. Lots of people read them.
Ignorant people.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Only stupid people read that kind of stuff.
Are you saying I'm stupid?
No.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying you read junky magazines.
You're saying I'm stupid.
Okay, Marlene, you're stupid. Stupid for reading that. My God. You got a high school diploma. You graduated. I didn't.
So what?
You're wasting your time worrying about flying nuns and plucked eyebrows. If I would have graduated, I'd been done something by now. Been gone and got a job.
Excuses. That's how you got her excuses. You always got an excuse when you don't want to do something. If you were really going to leave, you would have done it a long time ago.
I will.
You don't want to really leave here. You always got an excuse on why you're going to stay, or you wait for me to give you one, but you'll never leave here. Never.
I swear I will.
Then go. Don't wait around. Go, but you ain't going to find nothing better than what you got right here.
I ain't got nothing.
You're like a little kid. Always looking for something you ain't got. Always wanting something.
I am meant for more than this.
More than what? You've got your family, and that's the most important thing in the world.
Crap, that's a bunch of crap.
It's not. Stacy and Larry love you and need you.
No, they don't. Stacy ain't need me since she learned how to walk, and Larry, he sure as hell don't.
You don't want to face the fact that you love Larry, do you? Because you're afraid that if you do, it'll keep you from going and finding your destiny or whatever it is you're looking for. But I got news for you. You don't find happiness, you create it.
Who the hell are you to tell me what to do?
I thought I was your friend.
You ain't nothing but an old breed dog for Big Jim.
Don't talk about Big Jim like that.
You're no better than the dog in there.
I ain't gonna listen to you.
That's why you can stomach this place.
I'm going inside with Lorette.
You know, you sit around all day reading these magazines waiting for big fat ass Jim to get home.
He's my husband and I love him.
No, you worship him.
Just because you're unhappy, don't start in on me.
Marlene,
We got something special.
open
No one
your
can do it.
eyes.
He's my husband.
What?
He's special. I'm his
Talk
wife.
about him and Wanda.
That is a lie.
Look, I didn't mean. It's not.
That's a lie.
No, it's not. You wonder why he don't touch you no more? Why he hasn't laid a hand on you in months?
I'm pregnant.
An excuse.
You don't want nothing to go
That's
wrong.
an excuse.
Yeah, that's a lie.
See him
You're
Wanda.
lying.
For months.
Lie.
Sleeping together. It's not a lie, Marlene. You wonder why I hate her so much? Especially when you're so nice to her? Look, I wanted you to know, but I hoped you'd never find out. You were so happy. But you gotta face the facts. He's a man. Just like Larry, just like Cyril. He's not some sort of god, and you gotta realize that. Even though I wanted you to know, I hoped you'd never find out. But you had to eventually. They've been seeing each other for months, ever since her husband died.
Before that,
What?
Jim was seeing Wanda before her husband died.
You knew? You knew about them?
From the start.
All this time you knew?
Yes, Carla, I knew.
Why? Why'd you act like you didn't know?
Because I didn't want to lose what I got. My husband, my children, my family, it's all I ever wanted my whole life. And I'd rather go on pretending nothing happened than to lose the only thing I've got.
I didn't know.
Go inside.
Look, Marlene, I'm sorry. Come on, don't touch me. Look, I never worried about you. I didn't think nothing bothered you. I didn't think you had any problems. Look, why didn't you just tell me?
Going inside.
Marlene, I love you. Okay? I know I never said that, but you know I do, right?
It's getting late. I need to start supper.
Look, I understand now. I do.
Touch me.
I'm so glad Mandy's getting married.
Me too. I'm so glad she's getting married to Chuck.
Me too. And I'm so glad we're her bridesmaids.
Me too.
Best friends from college, and now Mandy's getting married. And we're her bridesmaids.
I know. Cheers.
Cheers! I just can't believe Mandy's getting married.
I know. I never thought any of us would get married.
I know. Especially Mandy.
I know. I mean, her nose.
Not that there's anything wrong with her nose.
No. But, I mean, it's hard to get married.
I know. I mean, look at us. We're not getting married.
No.
I wish I was getting married.
I wish I was getting married.
But we're not. And Mandy is. Which is great! Cheers! Cheers! And Chuck's such a nice guy.
He is. And it's so hard to find a nice guy.
I know. I wish I could find a nice guy.
I wish I could find a nice guy.
But we can't. And Mandy could. Which is great! Cheers! Cheers!
I slept with him. Chuck. I screwed Chuck.
Before they met? After they met?
Yeah.
Susie!
I know.
But why?
Because he's such a nice guy. And it was like, why should Mandy get such a nice guy? Why should she get such a nice guy who shaves every day, makes $200,000 a year, and flies off to Paris for the weekend? And all I get is Trent, who has one eye.
Trent only has one eye?
Yeah. The other one's fake. Don't tell me I told you. It's pretty sensitive about it.
Okay. I slept with him too.
Oh.
I know! He's like really good in bed. Well, cheers! Cheers!
I also get a dog.
Mr. Puddles?
Yeah.
But I thought Mr. Puddles got run over by a car.
He did. But I was driving.
Oh!
Yeah. I was going over to Mandy's house one day. It was right after her and Chuck got engaged, actually. And she was showing off her big, beautiful ring all over the place. And I didn't have a ring. Even though Trent and I had been together 2 years, and her and Chuck had only been together 6 months. And you know how he'd always bark?
He'd always bark.
I know. So I was driving up, and he started barking, and I just sort of drove over him, and he stopped barking.
Mr. Puddles is pretty annoying.
I know.
Well, cheers!
Cheers. I also did one more thing.
Yeah?
I put arsenic in the wedding cake.
You did?
Yeah.
But were you gonna tell me, or?
Yeah.
Okay. But I was gonna eat that wedding cake.
I know. I was just nervous because you and Mandy and I had always been best friends. And I always figured you liked me better than Mandy. But what if you didn't? And what if you told Mandy I put arsenic in her wedding cake? And she got really, really mad. But since you told me you screwed her fiance, well, I figured it'd probably be okay.
I do like you better than Mandy.
I like you better than you too.
I mean, I figured you did, since you screwed her fiance, killed her dog, and you probably get a wedding cake.
Yeah.
Well, cheers! Cheers!
How much arsenic do you think it takes to kill people? Probably a lot, right?
Probably.
Probably a lot more than I put in, right?
Probably. How much did you put in?
A lot.
Well, cheers!
Cheers.
I think it's going to be a really amazing wedding.
Yeah, me too. Come in.
I came over. I had some free time. I thought I might help with the packing. I like the look of packing crates. A household in preparation for a journey. It depresses some people, but for me, it is another feeling. Something full of the flow of life, movement, progress. Do you understand? It makes me think of Africa.
Africa.
What kind of mood is this? Have I not told you how deeply you move me?
He gave away the money, Asagai.
Who gave away what money?
The insurance money. My brother gave it away.
Gave it away?
He made an investment with a man not even Travis would have trusted with his most worn out marbles.
And it's gone?
Gone.
I'm very sorry. And you now?
Me, I'm nothing me. When I was very small, we used to take our sleds out in the wintertime, and the only hills we had were the ice-covered stone steps of the houses down the street. We used to fill them with snow and sled down them all day. It was very dangerous, you know, far too steep. And sure enough, one day, a kid named Rufus came down too fast, and we saw his face split open right there. And I remember standing there, looking at his bloody open face and thinking, that was the end of Rufus. But the ambulance came, and they took him to the hospital. They fixed the broken bones, they sewed him up. Next time I saw Rufus, he had just a little line going down the middle of his face. I never got over that.
What?
That was what one person could do for me. Fix them up, solve the problem, make them whole again. That was the most marvelous thing in the world. It was the one concrete thing that a human being could do for me. Make them whole again. That was truly being God.
You wanted to be God?
No, I wanted to cure. It used to be important to me. I wanted to cure. It used to matter. I used to care
And
about
you,
people and how their bodies hurt.
and you stopped caring.
I think so.
Why?
Because it doesn't seem deep enough. Close enough to what ails mankind. It was a child's way of seeing things. Or an idealist.
Children see things very well sometimes. An idealist, even better.
I know that's what you think, because you're still with all your talks and your dreams about Africa. You think you can cure the great sore of colonialism with the penicillin of independence.
Yes.
Independence, and then what? What about all the crooks and the thieves and the plain idiots who will come into power, steal and plunder just as before, but now they'll be black and do it in the name of the new independence? What about that?
That would be a problem for another time. First, we must get there.
And where does it end?
And? Who even spoke of an end? To living, to life?
An end to misery, to stupidity. Don't you see, Asagai? There's only one large circle that we march in, around and around, with our own little picture in front of us. Our own little mirage that we think is the future.
That's the mistake.
What?
What you said about the circle. It isn't a circle, it's simply a long line as in geometry, you know? One that reaches out into infinity. And because we cannot see how it ends, we also cannot see the changes. But it's odd. Those who see the changes, who dream, who won't give up, are called idealists. And those who only see the circle, we call them realists.
Asagai, while I was sleeping in the bed right in there, people went out and they took my future right out of my hands. Nobody asked me. Nobody consulted me. They just went out and changed my life.
Was it your money?
What?
Was it your money he gave away?
It belonged to all of us.
But did you earn it? Would you have had it if your father had not died?
No.
Then isn't there something wrong in the house, in the world, where all dreams, good or bad, must depend on the death of a man? I never thought to see you like this. Leo, your brother made a mistake, and you are grateful for him on account of it. So now you could give up this ailing human race. You talk about what good is struggle, what good is anything, where we're all going and why we're bothering.
And you cannot answer it.
I live the answer. In my village, there's the exceptional man who can even read a newspaper or whoever sees a book at all. I will go home and much of what I will have to say may seem strange to the people in my village. But I will teach and work. And things will happen slowly but swiftly. At times it seems nothing changes at all. And then the sudden dramatic adventures make history leap into the future. And then quiet again, retrogressing even. Guns, murder, revolution. Even I will have moments when I wonder if the quiet was not better than all that death and hatred. But I'll look about my village, at the illiteracy and disease and ignorance, and I will not wonder long. And perhaps I shall be a great man. And perhaps I shall hold on to the substance of the truth and find my way, always with the right course. And perhaps for it, I shall be butchered in my bed some night by the servants of the empire.
The martyr.
Or perhaps I shall live to be a very old man, respected and esteemed in my new nation. And perhaps I shall hold office, and this is what I'm trying to tell you, Alea. Perhaps the things I believe now for my country may be wrong and outmoded. And I will not understand to do terrible things to have things my way or merely to keep my power. Can't you see that there are young men and women, not British soldiers then, but my own black countrymen, that will step out of the shadows some evening and slit my thin, useless throat? And such a thing as my own death will be in advance. They who might kill me even, actually replenish all that I was.
Asagai, I know all that.
Good. And stop your moaning and groaning and tell me, what do you plan to do?
Do?
I have a bit of a suggestion.
What?
That when it's all over, you come home with me.
Asagai, at this moment you decide to be romantic?
Oh, my dear. Young creature of the new world, I do not mean across the city, I mean across the ocean, home, to Africa.
To Africa.
Yes. 300 years later, the African prince rose up out of the seas and swept the maiden back across the Middle Passage to where her ancestors have come from.
To Nigeria?
Nigeria. Home. I will show you our mountains and our stars, and give you cool drinks from our gourds, and teach you the old songs of the way of our people, and in that little bit of time you pretend that you have only been away for a day. Say it.
You're getting me all mixed up.
Why?
Too many things have happened today. I must sit down and think. I don't know what to feel right in this moment.
Okay. I shall leave you. Don't get up. Sit a while and think. Never be afraid to sit a while and think. How often have I looked at your room? Ah, so this is what the new world hath finally brought.
Janice! Janice! Janice!
Who's that?
It's Aldo. Stilicki.
What are you doing in my backyard?
I rang your bell about 50 times. No one answered.
It's broken.
You should have it fixed.
Why?
So it rings.
What do I care if it rings? I don't see anybody.
Well, what if you get a delivery or something? Flowers or something. Somebody sent you flowers?
Yes.
Really nice.
They're from Huey.
How do you know that?
I know.
Well then, you shouldn't be so confident. You're wrong. I sent the flowers.
You? Why would you send me flowers?
Sent them for Huey.
Can't even manage to send his own flowers.
What do you mean?
He's hapless. He's a
He's
buffoon.
my best friend.
That's your problem.
Anyway, it's a shame to destroy them like this.
They were dead anyway.
They might have been dead, but they were expensive. Well, they're not really destroyed.
Why are you here?
Beautiful night,
Wish it would rain.
beautiful stars.
Stars make me think of death.
You can smell the greenness of the leaves.
It smells like a cemetery. What are you doing here?
Huey asked me to come.
Why are you saying? Where's he?
He wants to patch it up with you.
Catch up what?
What do you think? The marriage. What's so funny?
Think about it.
You wanna come down?
No.
Janice, Janice, Janice.
What?
You seen some stuff up.
What are you talking about?
Remember when we were kids? I'd play Julius Caesar, you'd stab me with that rubber knife and yell, die, die!
I remember.
You were some nutty little girl.
You were a jerk.
I was very innocent.
You were a jerk.
I was a little kid. I was supposed to be a jerk.
You did it perfect.
Janice, Janice, Janice.
Why do you keep saying that?
You've been around the block a few times.
Aldo, you're the same hammerhead clown you always were. You're trying to be smooth. You coming out of no place. You send flowers. What do you... You say Janice, Janice, Janice. Am I supposed to be getting the idea? How about just spitting it out?
Huey wants to make it up with you.
Why are you saying this? Where's he?
He sent me first.
Oh, I get it. He always was a coward.
He's not a coward.
You always was a coward. You always were a stooge. If he wasn't a coward, he'd be standing here in his own shoes, speaking his own words. And if you weren't a stooge, you wouldn't be standing here in somebody else's love scene. Ain't you got no girl of your own?
I got girls coming out of my ears.
What a picture.
I didn't come here to talk about me.
That's because you're a stooge.
Stop calling me that! You can be a very difficult woman to talk to, Janice.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if I was here on my own, if I was the specific guy who's trying to romance you, I gotta say, I wouldn't even know where to begin. You're so nasty.
I am?
Yeah, you're like a fiend. Your eyes look like vampire, vulture, monster, fiend eyes.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And you always smile for the most wrong, the most horrible reasons. Sometimes when you smile, I expect to see like fangs fall down over your lower lip. I've had the experience that when you smile, I wanted to run away down the street. I was afraid you were going to bite me.
Really?
You're not angry?
Where would I be?
Well, I thought because I was telling you the truth, that might be insulting.
I'm not insulted.
Oh, good. It was relaxing to tell you the truth. I was expecting to do a lot of lying tonight.
Why?
You know.
No, I don't.
You know. Romance, lies.
I like the truth.
So do I. You know, sometimes, when I catch you sight of you unexpected, my balls jump up in a bunch. Like I dropped in a glass of ice water. You think that's funny?
Yeah, don't you?
Yeah, but I expected you to be like the last person in the world who would get that joke.
You don't know me, Aldo.
Guess not.
You always amaze me. Why'd you let me stab you and spur you and treat you like a dog?
I don't know.
You ought to think about these things.
I have thought about it. And I still don't know.
I did a lot of stuff to deceive him to take. I thought maybe if I kick him one more time, he'll stand up and take my shoes away.
Take your shoes. Why would I take your shoes?
To take charge of me, like a man.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it, do you? I was flirting with you.
That was flirting?
Sure.
No, that wasn't flirting. You might have felt flirting, but you weren't doing flirting. You treated me like I was a snake in the apple tree.
You just didn't get it.
I would have gotten it if you did it right.
You would have gotten it if you weren't so stupid.
All right. Anyway, thanks.
For what?
I don't know. For feeling flirting with me, even if I didn't get it. Listen, I want to apologize for what I said before. I don't.
I am, though.
No, it's like this is what we were talking about. I just misunderstood you, so I was afraid of you.
You understood me well enough. I've never asked to be understood any better.
But you're not this monster I've made you out. You don't have big eyes, you don't got big teeth. You're not gonna bite me.
I might.
Listen, Janice, I think you're okay. You've had your problems, just like the rest of us. Who am I to pass judgment? No matter what I've said, you and I go back to the beginning, and under everything, I'm always gonna have a warm spot for you. The final ultimate drift is, I think you're a nice person. And I'm gonna be taking a real effort to remember that from now on.
But don't bother on my account.
I am. Though I had to say, I'm very titillated that he was flirting with me, even in those ancient days. Have you ever felt like that since?
Never.
You must have your romantic fantasies here, living by yourself. You're like that princess trapped in the castle surrounded by thorny bushes, waiting for Prince Valiant to happen by.
Never.
Thought of you has crossed my mind from time to time, and terrifying way. I'm my own fantasy life, you know?
Do you?
Oh yes. I have a very full and real fantasy life.
Oh?
And from time to time, you appear there.
Oh, are you hitting on me?
Maybe I am.
This is too delicious.
What do you mean?
You're supposed to be here for Huey.
Well, maybe I'm not the stooge you thought. Maybe I have my own agenda of feelings. Listen, Janice, I'm gonna be out there with you. I've been thinking about you. Thought of your face, your figure. Been eating me up lately. How about it?
How about what?
How about I come upstairs? We go up on the bed a little.
Just like that.
That's right. Impulsive.
All right. What the hell?
Really?
I'll just come down and open the door.
That was easy.
Oh, off the bed a little bit? God!
Don't shoot me!
I can't. My gun broke.
You shot a gun at me!
Don't be obvious.
You tried to kill me!
I burnt my finger. That's what I get for using the zip gun. Next time, it's a Smith and a Wenson.
Excuse me.
Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I have something I'd like to return.
To return.
Well, I got it here a few weeks ago, and well, it's not me. It's just not comfortable.
Ma'am, this is a hospital.
Yes, I know. My name is Stephanie Hackett. I was here about 3 weeks ago. That's when I bought it.
Ma'am, it's just that. Oh my God! This is a baby!
Sorry to be a bother, but I'm an investment banker, you see. And I thought I could bring it to the office, you know, in like one of those cute little cocoons things. But it just sat in the corner while I was working. And my husband travels a lot for business, so I like to return it and get a refund.
What are you talking about?
Is your hearing all right? I want to return this baby.
You can't do that.
What do you mean?
It's your baby.
Yes, and I don't want it anymore. I'm just explaining the situation.
You can't take them back.
Nonsense. Everything has a return policy. So don't. Oh, you probably need the receipt. Why didn't you say so? Of course you needed that. Otherwise, I couldn't have gotten this anywhere. Sorry about that. Here it is.
Nope, I don't need a receipt. You didn't pay for the baby.
You certainly did, and it was very expensive too. Now my husband is double parked outside, so I don't have a lot of time here.
Is this some kind of joke?
Are you new on the job? It's a baby. Are you saying you're not going to take him back?
Finally!
Well, this is ridiculous. I mean, if I would have known that, I could have gone to another hospital. I want to speak to the manager.
What?
You put the manager down here right now. I will not stand for this. I want a full refund and no credit. Cash. Oh, shut up!
I'll call the hospital administrator. You can take this up with her.
Thank you.
Honey, what's going on? Your claims were too good.
She says they don't accept returns or give refunds.
You showed her the receipt, right?
Of course I did.
The hospital administrator will be right down.
What kind of an operation are you running here?
Bert, lower your voice. It's a hospital.
And a pretty damn poor one, too.
Sorry, if you don't quiet down, I'm gonna have to call security.
You go ahead and call. If they touch me, I'll shoot this place so fast, it'll make your head spin.
My head's already spinning.
Can you believe the way she talks? Are you familiar with the phrase, the customer is always right?
Are you familiar with the phrase, crazy as a loon?
Get with the noise!
Don't worry, we'll get this taken care of.
I told you a baby would be nothing but trouble.
I know. I'm sorry, Steph. I thought it'd be different. It's all my fault.
Oh, it's not you. It's her I blame. I just want to put this behind us so we can go forward with our lives.
The agreement I really can't find a loophole where it hasn't been written. So why don't we just take it back and hope we get this?
In a second, I'm gonna do something to you with that cell phone that'll make your wife's labor pain seem like stubbing a toe.
Okay. Let's start over. Sorry I raised my voice. Now, why don't you just tell me what it'll take to make this problem go away? How does $200 sound?
You must be joking.
Okay, you play hardball. I can respect that. 500.
Oh, that's it. I'm gonna. What's the problem, Trish? I am so glad you're here.
Your name is
Samantha Mother Wood, the hospital administrator. And you are?
Philip Hackett. This is my wife, Stephanie.
We came to return something, and this woman has been exceedingly rude to us.
Wait, return what?
Their baby. They got it. I mean, they had it here 3 weeks ago. Now they don't want it, and they want their money back.
A refund?
Yes. And when I told him we wouldn't take it, he tried to bribe me.
That's not true. She tried to extort money from us.
I don't understand why you people are having such a hard time with this.
You can't return a child.
Well, that simply wasn't made clear to us. And that being the case, I feel as though the hospital should do the right thing.
I think this is a matter for the police.
That's it. I'm gonna sue this place for every penny it has. We paid good money, and when we were dissatisfied, you had an obligation to make proper restitution. But instead, we've been insulted and made to waste our time.
And our time is very important.
You don't intimidate me. I can have child welfare in here in 5 minutes. And I think we'll be seeing you on the 6 o'clock news.
Yes, head to the police. Bill Pack home.
What's that? Yeah, she's right here. She's secretary.
Yes, Jen. What? He did it. Do the parents know? All right, don't say anything. I'll be right over.
What's happening?
Dr. Edison was delivering a baby. I've asked the board not to let him. Well, anyway, it's dead. The baby's parents and the Kendalls don't know yet. I have to tell them. You'll have to deal with these two.
Oh, of course, I'll finish calling.
Wait a second.
It says we don't have a case.
What do you mean?
That's what he says. Unless we can prove that the baby's defective and that's the hospital's fault.
Well, it flies and defecates all the time.
He said he thought that was normal.
So, what are we gonna do now?
We could try and bluff him.
Bluff them? That's the best you've got?
Can you think of anything better?
Well, I think we should give it to someone, like as a housewarming gift. Or a birthday present.
That's the perfect solution.
What?
Think of it as a total organ transplant, but without the surgery.
But the Kendalls should know their baby died.
Trish, I have to weigh all the pros and cons here. Right now, we're facing 2 potential lawsuits. I can stop both of them before they start.
Money? That's what you're worried about.
Do you know what this could cost the hospital? Court costs, skyrocketing insurance premiums, millions. And that means doctors taking pay cuts, nurses fired. Do you want to be responsible for that? Try to look at the big picture.
It's not me.
Right, wrong. We're dealing with larger issues here. Checking profit margins for one.
But the Kendalls lost their child. This baby's parents are right here.
Do you know who the Kendalls are? They're very wealthy. This child could have the best nannies, be put into the best boarding schools. It could even have a coach. And you want to take that all away.
Well, no. The Hackins are terrible, yes, but the child should be.
Put it in foster care, shuffle from one home to another, grasping for some sense of stability for the rest of its life.
No. It should be put up for adoption. It should be placed in a loving home with the good couple who really want a child and will always love her and take care of her.
Trish, no one has that.
Our lawyer has advised us to talk things over with you more and see if we can't avoid a court battle.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've been reviewing some of our body laws, and I found that there is a procedure for the return of infants who haven't met the parents' expected standards.
You can't do this.
Trish, you've caused enough trouble. In fact, I think you should apologize for the kids.
Apologize.
I don't know what terrible things have happened to you, but you don't help no one by going around with a chip on your shoulder. It's very natural.
Can we get this done?
Absolutely. I'll have you right out here in 5 minutes.
You've been such a help.
Oh, please, I'm just doing my job. Be in my office tomorrow at 9. It's time for your job performance review. I wonder if the morgue might not be the best assignment for you.
Hello there. I forgot all about you. Are you alright? Aren't you adorable? I'm sorry, I tried, but... Well, don't worry. It looks like you'll be getting a new home. And a pony. What's your name? Did they give you one? I'm Chen. But you can call me Mama.
didn't want to, because if I'm being straight out, there's nowhere that I want to be less than in this location with anybody. But, your letter said it was urgent, so.
Are you in a hurry?
If you're asking because it looks like I want to run away very far from here or from you, then the answer is yes, but I'm here to fight those urges.
I just want to say goodbye.
Again?
What do you mean?
You didn't say those words, but you should have turned your back and you walked out of my life. That afternoon, the three of us, how long ago was that?
3 weeks, I think.
So you came here for your sad goodbye? That's real dramatic, Tommy. See, I actually thought you came here to discuss what happened in our little community. And what do they call it? Here. An unrest-related incident in which a group of South African students struck a defenseless teacher over the head with an iron rod before setting him on fire.
Stop it, Isabel!
Oh my God! Don't you think I've tried? I mean, I've tried praying and crying. I even went to confrontation. Just the day after it happened, I went to the site just to find the witnesses who reported it, to find why they didn't stop anything. The police escorted me to two very concerned parents who think I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I just want to find out what drove these people to killing such a beautiful human to such an ugly death.
He was an informer, Isabel. Somehow, some way, they figured out that Mr. M was an informer.
You mean the list of people's taking part in the boycott? You call that informer?
No, Isabel. Listen, he took the names and addresses of our political action committee. All of them have been detained because of his visit.
No, I don't believe you.
He said it so himself. It's true, Isabel.
What proof do you have?
Look, I didn't believe it at first, Isabel. But he said it to me himself, that he had been to the police.
What do you mean?
Operation Humissa, the boycotts, the strikes, the arson. You know he didn't agree with all that. But he was very confused of it all.
So he went to the police just once?
Yes.
As an act of conscience?
Yes.
That's not what you call an informer!
Then what do you call someone that goes to the police and gives them information?
No, you know what kind of person that suggests. You really think Mr. M was one of those people? He was doing what he thought was right. You said so yourself.
Be careful, Isabel.
With what?
The words you use.
Murder? If you're gonna call him an informer, I'm calling his death a murder.
It was an act of self-defense.
By who?
The people.
A mad mob? They strike a teacher, a defenseless teacher, and you want me to call it self-defense?
Just stop it, Isabel. Just stop and listen to me. Pay attention, Isabel. I don't call what they did a murder. And I don't call the people who did it a mad mob. And I expect you of all people to understand that it was an act of self-defense. It's blind and stupid, but self-defense. He betrayed us in our fight for freedom. 5 men are in detention because of his visit. And there will be more arrests. Why do you think I'm leaving? You know what? How are they supposed to know that Mr. M wasn't an informer? That he had been doing it for more than one time? They were just protecting themselves from what they saw as a threat to themselves. What Amelia Mayada did to them and their cause is what your laws would define as treason if it is done to you and it threatens the safety and security of your comfortable white world. Anybody accused of it would be put into your courts and be put on trial. Many of my people have been put on trial Those are what we call murders. So, when you look back at what happened at the school 4 days ago, just remember that it is your laws that turn innocent, decent black people into what you would call a mad mob. Say it, Isabel. You once challenged me to be honest with you. Now I'm challenging you.
So you were there when it happened? Did you try to stop them?
Isn't there a third question? Was I one of the mad mob that killed him?
Yes. No, you know I don't mean it like that. I'm just asking because I'm lost. I don't understand, and I thought you of all people would understand. Nobody seems to get that I loved him, Tommy.
You know, I was there, and I did try to stop him. I knew how upset and angry the people were, so I went to go warn him, but he wouldn't listen to me. He said when I went there that it was all over for him, that going to the police had just finished it all for him, that no one would allow him to teach the children ever again.
This is so stupid. Just the worst part is just how idiotic all of this is. I mean, we needed him, all of us.
I know.
Then why is he dead?
Isabel, stop asking stupid questions that you know the answers to.
None of that make any sense.
You know, I loved him. Doesn't make any sense of saying it now, but I did. And I loved how he would make me angry when he would suggest those old-fashioned ideas. They would make me angry and impatient. But now he's gone. And I wish that I would have been able to tell him, make him understand that why we did all those boycotts.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
That's all right.
Are the police really looking for you?
Yes, Isabel. I'm planning on going north.
Cape Town?
No, that's the first place they'll look. I plan on leaving the country, Isabel.
Does that mean what I think it does?
Yes, Isabel. I plan on joining the movement. You know, I've been thinking about it recently, and I finally found out that that's what I want to do. Because if I stay here, then I'm going to end up doing what they had done to Mr. M. So what are you going to do?
I can't. There's nothing I can do. I can't do anything. I mean, there's nowhere I can go to just feel like I'm close to him. Or I had my father phone the police to try and give him a proper burial, but they said there wasn't enough remaining. So they had to dispose him in a Christian manner. I can't just stay here at the burnt out ruins of this school. Can't do that.
Well, you can try to get someone or your father to take you up to Craddocksburg. It's up off the way of to Craddock. You know, he said to me that that was a special place for him. That's where he found out that that's what he wanted to be, a teacher. So.
Do you need any money?
No, Isabel. Sala could pick you up. That's what she way to say goodbye.
I know. It's okay, Tommy. Bye, Tommy.
Claudine.
Hello, Henri.
Where have you been? I've been very sick. I called the police.
Didn't you get my note?
Yes, but it didn't say you'd be gone all night.
I told you not to wait up for me.
I thought you'd be sound asleep. You know how you are when you've been out with Andre.
I wasn't asleep. I was pacing the room. I was wretched. What is this? What are you wearing? Is this how you were all night?
Yes.
What were you doing?
I'll tell you. How nice. Carnations.
How about your flowers, you know? I was going ahead and waiting for you in the room, but you were going so long so they died and I had to throw them away.
Oh, really? And how long were you out before you put them in water?
Did you do this to punish me?
Not at all.
Tell me where you went.
I went shopping.
Shopping?
Yes, Andre suggested it. Don't you remember?
No. You went shopping all night.
No.
For God's sakes, what? Tell me where you went.
After you and Andre left, I went for a walk. I decided the best thing I could be doing at the moment was spending your...
Fine. I deserved it. And where did you go?
I went into a dress shop and a gentleman there wanted me to try on a dress.
What? How perverse. Who was he?
He was a designer, Jean Pateau.
I've never heard of him.
He's very well known.
I don't know him.
He happened to be in the shop and wanted someone to model one of his new designs. And for some reason, my figure caught his eye.
How was he doing this?
I don't know. I didn't care. I was having a marvelous time.
And then?
He got out a box of pins and made adjustments on the dress. He said, your figure is perfect for the dress, but the dress is not yet perfect for your figure.
Did he try and touch you?
Don't recall. Let's see. He took me next door to the hairdresser and told her how to do my hair. She was very impressed. She gave me champagne and treated me to a pedicure.
A pedicure?
See?
Where are your stockings?
So, about an hour later, the Monsieur Pateau came back with this
hat. Claudine, where are your stockings?
Perhaps I left them at the shop. He said we needed to widen the brim of the hat to offset the flare of the dress. He said that everything we wear must have a perfect balance of shapes.
Oh, please, any immature learns that the first week of art class.
Fine, Henri. But I have to tell you, when I saw myself in the dress, I was amazed at how stunning I looked.
Haven't I told you that? Haven't I told you for years that you're a magnificent creature?
Yes, you have.
I'm at a loss, Claudine. All these years I spent trying to put my love for you in the canvas, and you tell me that you got nothing from this?
That's not what I said.
You let some man put you in a yellow dress covered in bows that look like diamond moths. I'm at a loss.
Henri, a painting is an expression of you, not me.
You don't think this Pateau was using you like a canvas?
And what if he was? I love the dress. It makes me feel stunning.
Then what am I painting for? Why don't I just learn how to sew? I'll throw away my brushes, open up the house, Henri.
You're a painter, Henri. It's not your job to make women feel beautiful. When I pose for you, I do it because you asked me to, because I'm happy to help you in your work. But I certainly don't do it for my own pleasure. But when you're done and you show me the painting, it's more often than not quite brilliant. It doesn't make me feel like a masterpiece myself. If it did, my love, you wouldn't be paying your models. They'd be paying you. So stop being hurt.
So what happened? Have you put on a dress and it changed your life?
Stop, it didn't change my life.
What happened then?
Well, Pateau asked me if I could join him for dinner. But I said I couldn't because I'd be dining with you. Then I came back here and waited for 3 hours.
3 hours? I was only an hour late.
Please. So, I rung him up and said that I'd be dining with him after all.
So you went to dinner?
Yes.
And then?
We drove to Monte Carlo.
What? In his car?
Yes.
What for?
No, Henri, it was something to do.
And then?
We drove to the beach and watched the sunrise over the ocean. And then I came back to have breakfast with you.
What happened to your stockings?
perhaps I left them on the beach.
That's it.
And what did you do with your day? Did you and Andre see Maurice?
Yes.
Did you see his new work?
Yes.
And how was it?
Derivative.
Oh.
Are you going to see this man again?
No!
But you're keeping the dress.
Yes, what do you want me to do? Burn it?
I really don't care. Look, will you pose for me?
Right now?
Yes, I'd like to paint you in the dress.
I'm too tired to sit for you right now.
Please, Claudine.
My love, it's all right. I'm sure whatever you paint will be far more brilliant than the dress. You don't need me to prove that to you right now. I'm going up to change, and then I'm going up to the beach. Why don't you meet me at the cabana with me for the nap?
Yeah.
Or not?
Now, how about you? Isn't there something you take more interest in than anything else?
Well, I do, as I said, have my glass collection.
I'm not right sure I know what you're talking about. What kind of glass is it?
Little articles of it. They're ornaments mostly. Most of them are little animals made out of glass. Tiniest little animals in the world. Mother calls them glass menagerie. Here's an example one, if you'd like to see it. This one's one of the oldest. It's nearly 13. Careful. Breathe, it breaks.
I'd better not take it. I'm pretty clumsy with things.
Go on. I trust you with this. There now. You're holding him gently. Hold him with the light. He loves the light. See how the light shines through him?
It sure does shine.
I shouldn't be partial, but he is my favorite one.
What kind of a thing is this one supposed to be?
Haven't you noticed the single horn on his forehead?
A unicorn, huh? Unicorns. Aren't they extinct in the modern world?
I know.
Poor little fellow. He must feel sort of lonesome.
Well, if he does, he doesn't complain about it. He stays on his shelf with some horses that don't have horns, and they all seem to get along nicely together.
How do you know?
I haven't heard any arguments among them.
No arguments, huh? Well, that's a pretty good sign. Where shall I set 'em?
Put them on the table. They all like a change of scenery once in a while.
Well. Look how big my shadow is when I stretch.
Oh yeah.
I think it stopped raining. Where does the music come from?
From the Paradise Dance Hall, across the alley.
How about cutting the rug a little, Miss Wingfield?
Oh,
Or is your program filled up? Let me have a look at it. Why every dentist taken, I just have to scratch some up. Ah, a waltz. Oh, there you go. That inferiority stuff.
I've never danced in my life.
Come on, try.
I'd step on you.
I'm not made out of glass.
How do we start?
You just leave it to me. You hold your arms out a little.
Like this?
A little bit higher. Right. Now don't tighten up. That's the main thing about it. Relax.
It's hard not to.
Okay.
I'm afraid you can't budge me.
Well, do you bet I can't?
Oh, goodness. Yes, you can.
Let yourself go now, Lord. Just let yourself go.
I'm
More.
trying.
Not so stiff. Easy.
I know, but I'm...
Loosen the backbone. There you go. That's a lot better. Lots better.
Table.
Something fall off of it? I think.
Yes.
I hope that it wasn't the little glass horse with the horn.
Yes.
Ah. Is it broken?
Now it's just like all the other horses.
It's lost its.
Horn. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
You'll never forgive me. I bet that was your favorite piece of glass.
I don't have favorites much. No tragedy brothers. Glass breaks so easily, no matter how careful you are. Traffic jars the shelves, and things fall off.
Still, I'm awfully sorry that I was the cause.
I'll just work with him to make him feel less free.
You know, that's very funny. I'm glad to see that you have a sense of humor. You know, you're, well, very different. Very different. Surprisingly different from anyone else I know. Do you mind me telling you that? I mean it in a nice way. You make me feel sort of, I don't know how to say it. I'm usually good at expressing things, but this is something I don't know how to say. Has anyone ever told you that you were pretty? Well, you are. In a very different way from anyone else. And all the nicer because of the difference, too. I wish that you were my sister. I teach you to have some confidence in yourself. But the different people are not like other people. But being different is nothing to be ashamed of. Because other people are not such wonderful people. They're 100 times 1,000. They're 1 times 1. They walk all over the earth. You just stay here. They're common as weeds. But you, well, you're blue roses.
Mama, how much the snakes, baby?
Don't like sneaky shit that you do.
She's a darling. She's a writer. How do those writers think up those plots? I guess the plots part not so hard to think of as the end. I guess anybody's life would make an interesting plot if it had an interesting end. Mrs. Flowers sent you in? She sent me 3 clients this week. No Mrs. Herbert Parrish that was Mrs. Malcolm Leeds. Mrs. Parrish was telling her stuff about her divorce. Seems Mr. Parrish came home one night with lipstick on his undershirt. Said he always explained everything, but that was just something he wasn't going to try to explain. No, Mrs. Potter, she's awful pregnant.
I know.
Soak it, please. No, Mrs. Stephen Hines.
What? Well, yes. Well,
I guess Mrs. Flowers told you about that. Mrs. Flowers feels awfully sorry for her.
Oh, she does? Well, I don't.
You would if you knew this girl.
What girl?
This Crystal Allen.
Crystal Allen?
Yes, you know, the girl who's living with Mr. Hines. Don't you like the file? Mrs. Potter says it sets her unborn child's teeth on edge.
Whoever told you such a thing?
Oh, I thought you knew. Didn't Mrs.
No.
Potter? Then you will be interested. See, Crystal Allen is a friend of mine. She's really a terrible moonstrap. Soak it, please. She's behind the perfume counter at Saks. So was I before I got left. That's how she met him.
Stephen Hines?
Yeah. It was a couple months ago. Us girls wasn't busy. It wasn't awful anyway, I remember. So this gentleman walks up to the counter. He's like the serious type, nice looking, but kind of thin on top. Crystal nabs him. I want some perfume, he says. Now I asked what type of women for. Crystal said for me, escape. That didn't even think she was still going to sell him some rain our future anyway. Is she young, Crystal says. No, he says, she's embarrassed.
Is she the glamorous type? Crystal says, no, thank God, he says. Thank God, Crystal says and bats her eyes. She's got those eyes which run up and down a man like a searchlight. Well, she puts the perfume on her palm and then the crook of her arm for him to smell. He got to smelling around and I guess he liked it because we heard him tell his name, which one of the girls recognized from Charlie Knickerbocker's column. Gee, you're nervous. Well, it was after that I left. I wouldn't have thought no more about it, but a couple of weeks ago I stopped by where Crystal lives to say hello. The lady said she moved to the kind of house where she could entertain her gentleman friend. What gentleman friend? I says, why that Mr. Hines. She's had up in her room all hours of the night. Did I hurt? 1 or 2?
None.
Oh, I thought that's what I came for, all Mrs. Flowers' friends.
I think I got what all Mrs. Flowers' friends came for.
Oh well. Goodbye. I'll tell her you're worried,
Mrs. Stephen Hines.
Oh, gee. Gee, Mrs. Hines. I'm sorry. Oh, isn't there something I can do?
Stop telling that story.
Oh, sure, I will.
And please, don't tell anyone you told it to me.
Oh, I won't. Gee, I promise. Gee, that would be kind of humiliating for me. But in a way, Mrs. Hines, I'm kind of glad you know. Crystal is a terrible girl. I mean, she's terribly clever and terribly pretty, Mrs. Hines. I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't waste no time to get Mr. Hines to take her. I mean, now you know, Mrs. Hines.
Why didn't you dance with me at the wedding?
Because I didn't want to.
Why don't you turn your phone on?
Sorry, you know my cell phone isn't gonna.
That's not what I'm talking about. You never turn it on. You never turn it on when I'm around. You never turn it on because she's gonna call you. She's gonna call you and leave you a message so you know where you can meet her and screw her.
Who? Who's gonna leave a message?
Her!
Who, her?
The girl you're screwing!
I'm not screwing anybody. Language! No, I don't like it when you curse.
I will talk whoever I want to talk and I know you're screwing someone.
I'm not sleeping with anybody else.
Well, you're not sleeping with me. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Sure as hell doesn't matter. You always act like this when we go to weddings.
Are you saying I ruin weddings?
I didn't say that. I'm saying you always act like this when we go to weddings.
Why isn't the train moved?
Construction, probably.
Under the East River?
Why not?
How long have we been stopped?
At least 30 minutes.
You don't know?
No.
Check your watch.
I didn't wear my watch today.
I noticed. You haven't been wearing it recently.
Are you afraid she's gonna call my watch?
This is a serious problem in our marriage and it's going to continue to be one until you turn your phone on. Are you even listening to me?
Shh. Something's wrong. The air conditioning stopped.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the inconvenience. We should be moving shortly.
Why is he telling us that? Why isn't he using the speaker? Excuse me? Why aren't you using the intercom system?
We are experiencing a power failure. The power should hopefully be restored momentarily.
What's causing it?
Excuse me?
My wife is diabetic. What's causing the power failure?
We no longer seem to have a power source.
Why not?
It appears the power source has been eaten.
By what?
I don't know, sir. Something with a beak and 8 tentacles.
A beak and 8 tentacles?
A squid? I didn't say a squid. I said something with a beak and 8 tentacles.
How do you know it has a beak and tentacles?
Well, miss, it's eating the train. Passengers, too. It ate the first 2 cars, but don't worry, you're in the third to last car. We hope to have the power restored once the squid is full and stopped eating. We apologize for the delay.
How did a squid get on the tracks?
It probably swam. If you have smokes, smoke. Oh, yeah. If you notice any suspicious behavior or unattended baggage, please notify the nearest train conductor. Thank you for riding with MTA. We are working for your safety.
Do you have any mouthwash? I have wedding cake stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, I just bought some.
I knew it! Who bought you this mouthwash?
I told you, I just bought it myself.
You never buy CVS. You always buy Listerine. Why are you carrying this?
Because I knew you'd get cake stuck in your teeth.
Then why didn't you buy Listerine? I only use Listerine. You know that.
It's the same thing. Listerine sells the formula to CVS.
It's not the same thing. I use Listerine because it's a brand that I trust.
Look, 0.01 milliliters Tricine, 0.5 milliliters Simonate, 0.058 milliliters alcohol. It's the exact same mouthwash as Listerine.
It's not. It's different.
How would you know? How would you know if you've only been using Listerine for the past 10 years?
I know. I can tell.
You can tell.
I can tell by looking at it.
Yeah, that makes a mess of sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you have a cigarette?
Yeah? You want one?
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you very much. Did you two get married today?
No, we're coming from a friend's wedding.
Oh, yeah, he called you his wife earlier. I've never been married. Is it wonderful?
Sorry,
I met a girl at the concession stands at Yankee Stadium during the Red Sox series. It's a shame the Yanks lost. I mean, they didn't lose that night, but it's a shame they lost the series. It was fun this evening. The Yanks won. They hammered the Sox, and they got the nerve to ask her name. If the Yanks had gone into the World Series, I was hoping to see her again. I see her at all the Yankees games. Her name's Jeannie. She came from Houston. She wants to be a dancer, I think. That's what I tell myself. She's really sweet. She always says thank you and smiles when she gives me my Pepsi. No one smiles like Jeannie. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to ask you two to move to the last car. It looks awful hungry. It's that mouthwash. That's got alcohol in it, don't it?
0.058 milliliters.
Mind if I have a swig? If I'm not back in 10 minutes, move to the last car. Do you understand me? You may just want to move to the last car. Thank you for the cigarette. And thank you for riding with MTA.
Why don't you turn your phone on? This is why I'm worried. If you just turn your phone on.
Margot?
Who is she, Ron?
There is no she.
I wish there was. It would make this so much easier. Why didn't you just dance with me?
I just didn't want to.
When we got married, we danced for hours, even after everyone was drunk or gone or passed out. We danced circles around the room to no music at all. Just the sparkles from the mirror ball on the floor. And you jumped on them and caught them in your hand like fireflies. You never dance anymore.
I just don't want to dance anymore.
I do.
I know you do, but I don't.
Why don't you just turn your phone on? If you just turn it on, God, I hate you.
I know you do. We need to move to the last car.
I know we do.
So you met him after all. Do you still think he's attractive?
Yes, I do. Very.
Did you bring him here?
No. He came here to talk to me. About you.
Me?
Yes, and there's no use in acting innocent. I'm angry. Really angry.
Why? What have I done?
Oh, you know, broken into his apartment, played tricks with his telephone.
That was because he reported me to the agents. That was just to pay him out.
I don't care what it was. You promised when I let you move in here.
I promised to be careful.
And you call that being careful? Getting caught in his apartment. Twice.
What harm have I done? I didn't take anything. Yes, I read his letters, but it's not as if I were going to make use of them. Though I'm tempted to now that he's told on me to you.
Auntie, if you do, you'll be sorry. And you know I can make you sorry too.
He never suspected a thing, dear. Not in a million years. No matter what I did. Honestly, it's amazing the way people don't believe there are such things. I sit in the subway sometimes, or on buses, and I look at the people next to me and I think, what would you say if I told you I was a witch? And I know they'd never believe it. They just wouldn't believe it. And I giggle and giggle to myself.
You've got to stop giggling there. You have to swear. Swear on the menu.
Swear on what?
about it? You can't.
I shall move to a hotel.
Okay. Well, if you get in trouble there, don't look at me to get you out.
I have other people I can turn to.
Mr. Paw, I suppose.
Yes, she's done a lot for me.
Well, I wouldn't count on Mr. Paw. I'm a lot better than that old now.
Oh, please! Not the manual!
Oh, the manual! Now, place your hand on it. I swear to never practice witchcraft ever in this house again. So help me Talga Salmandre Brazo and Mestra. Say I swear.
I swear.
Good.
I think you're very cruel.
Auntie, only have a little sense.
And hypocritical. Sometimes I think you're ashamed of being what you are.
Ashamed? No, I'm not in the least ashamed. It's just that, Auntie, do you ever wish you weren't?
No.
That you were like those ordinary people you sit next to on buses?
Ordinary and humdrum? No, I was. For years. Before I came into it.
Well, you came in late. And anyways, I don't mean humdrum. Just mean unenlightened. I don't hanker for it all the time. Just sometimes.
Darling, you're depressed.
I know. I expect it's Christmas. It always upsets me.
You wait till you get to your friend Zoe's party and see all your old friends again.
I don't want to see my old friends. I want something different.
They call me to Mrs. DePaz then. She's got some very interesting people. Some French people from the Paris chapter.
I don't mean that when I say I want something different. It's just that maybe I'd like to spend the evening with some ordinary people for a change. Instead of us.
With Mr. Henderson?
I wouldn't mind.
Too bad he's getting married. Still, I suppose.
He's getting married?
Yes, quite soon. They're announcing it New Year's Eve.
How do you know that? The telephone, I suppose.
Yes, dear.
So who's he getting married to, do you know?
Don't know her last name. First name's Merle.
Merle? The only Merle I ever knew was a girl I went to college with. Merle Kitteridge. She used to write poison pen letters. I caught her writing one about me once. That's why we had all those thunderstorms that spring. She was terrified of them.
You mean that was you? Oh, Jillian, you were so naughty.
She was a nervous wreck by the end of the term.
And you think this might be the same girl? What was she like?
Southern, blonde, and helpless.
Well, this one's blonde. He's got her picture on his bureau.
Hands appealing. And underneath, a liar, a sneak, and a bow snatcher.
Well, did you ever hear what happened to her?
I think she became a decorator.
This one's a decorator.
Well, there's probably more than one decorator in New York called Merle. And if he's engaged, that rules him out.
Well, I don't see why.
I'm not a Southern belle. I don't take other women's men. Though I would if it were her.
I could find out for you.
But New Year's, that wouldn't leave me enough time.
You wouldn't need time. Just a quick little potion. Or 4 words from Pie Wacket, he once told me.
Yes, but I wouldn't want him that way. Other girls can make a man like them in a week. Without that, why can't I?
Did he seem to like you this afternoon?
Not very much, no.
Julian, you haven't fallen in love and lost your powers, have you? That isn't what this is all about?
No, of course not.
Oh, thank goodness.
You don't believe that old wives' tale, do you?
Of course I do. It's true. They say it's true.
It's the other way around. We can't fall in love. Merle Kitteridge. I haven't thought of her in years. Do you think, if it were she, I could do it in a week, no tricks?
Darling, it's no good asking me. I never could do it at all. But if it is, why not pull a quick one and have done with it?
I don't say I wouldn't be tempted, but if I've got a week, I'd like to see how good I am the other way.
Deborah, I can't believe this moment is finally here. Oh, look at you. You look beautiful. Are you nervous? Don't be. Everything will be fine. The hall is all set. Wait till you see the flowers. That lady did a marvelous job. Now, don't be upset. Your grandmother did knock over the table with all the presents on it. But I don't think too many of them were broken. I'm kidding! It's just a joke, sweetheart. It's just a little joke to break the tension.
Not that you should be tense. It was wonderful. We adore him. Now listen to me, going on and on and on, like a leaky faucet, or an open faucet, or an open fire hydrant. How are you, dear?
I'm fine, Mom. I feel good. Get me out of here. Phil is an idiot. I hate him. I'm dying here. Can't you see that? If you were any kind of a mother, you would save me.
I'm a little excited now that the day's finally here.
I'm sure you are, and I was talking to Phil's parents.
Aren't they great?
Oh, please. They're such snobs. I don't think their spine's been unless they've been drinking. His father insists on a cocktail before dinner. Just one. He chuckles. 4 martinis later, the drunk is at the table telling bad jokes and blowing cigar smoke in my face.
Phil's father is very funny.
Yeah. She'll take an ice pick to the head if she thought she can get away with it. To her, I'm this slut from the city who stole her son from their nice little suburban world. Never mind, he was already living here.
And Kate, Phil's mother, she's nice too.
Yeah. Kate's really welcomed me into the family.
I'm glad. Relationships like that are always easy. Father's mother was a little cool to me at first. It's much nicer when everyone gets along.
They treat me like I've been a part of their lives forever. It's been great to have such a great family like ours growing up and to find another one now.
Aren't you catching the subtext here?
You look beautiful in this dress.
Thanks. It adds a lot to the ceremony for me. It's a special connection to you.
What the hell was I thinking letting you walk out the house with that bow on your butt? It makes you look like a cow.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, I'm just going to be sick.
Well, I'll be going downstairs now. Daddy will be coming to meet you in a moment.
I'll be here. Thanks.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here. We're making a huge mistake. Phil is no great catch. We can do better.
Okay, be calm. Wedding day jitters just all the stairs.
Jitters? No, jitters would be butterflies in my stomach. These are kangaroos.
Stop it, Deborah. No, Phil's not perfect, but neither are we. 2 years of therapy and we still haven't gotten over not getting Barbie's dream house when we were 6. Feels good for me. Everyone says so.
Of course! No one's going to come out and say, dump the loser. All of our friends are simpering, self-absorbed as we are.
I am not simpering.
The point is that...
No, he's considerate and sweet. He's good looking. He makes me laugh. He goes to romantic movies with me, but never makes me see those stupid action movies.
That's your criteria for a good marriage? Compatibility?
No, of course not. But
what?
That's all I can think of right now.
Doesn't it tell you something?
Hey, sweetie. How you doing?
Oh, hi. Fine. Dad, you'll get me out of this. Don't let the smile fool you. I'm making a huge mistake. Offer me a way out. Come on, say it. Deborah, are you sure this is what you want? Because if you're unsure, there's still more time. All we want is for you to be happy. Are you happy, Deborah? Say it!
Now, we don't have to say this. And you know, we think the world of Phil. I just want you to know that your mother and I love you. And will always love and support you. So, if you're having second thoughts, well, we just want you to be happy. Are you happy, Debbie?
Yes! Yes! No! No, I did not mean it in that way.
Thank God. Ooh, because we spent enough on your wedding to bankroll a small country.
Yeah, that's hilarious, Dad. Bro, funny.
Sorry to interrupt, but Kevin, you forgot your boots in there.
Alright, keep it on for me. Are you ready? The DJ, everybody's set and the DJ's ready to play.
That's it. I'm getting out of here. Would you give me a moment?
Well, sure, honey.
You're not getting cold feet, are you?
Well, of course she's not, Kevin, with a thing to say to the bride.
No, I'm only joking.
I'm ready when you are.
I'm not doing it. Yes, we are. You rushed us into this. We've only known the guy for a couple of years now. I should have never left you alone with him.
You're such a naysayer. You never take a chance. I don't know why I listened to all your carping all my life, because frankly, you're an idiot.
Hey, I haven't seen you skydive recently.
At least I want to. You're afraid to. That's it, isn't it?
What's it?
You're scared. You're scared of everything.
Please, just because I won't jump out of a plane at 10,000 feet has nothing to do with this.
It has everything to do with Phil. You're frightened of anything risky.
That's ridiculous. I've never heard anything so. All I've ever done was to try and keep us from getting hurt. If I left things up to you, there's no telling what would happen. Give me one good reason, one, why we should go through with this.
I love him, and he loves me. So shut up and pull yourself together.
Okay, Gail. Shh. I'm coming.
Let go!
Hey.
Let go.
What's the matter? What's going on? What?
I want it back.
What?
I want it back. All of I gave to you. I want it back.
What?
Now.
Why?
I don't want it anymore.
What?
I've made a decision. We're done. We're done. I've decided to stop all the love you gave to me back to you. It's the right thing to do.
So you're saying...
I can get it for you, or you can get it.
Well, I don't want it back. I don't need it.
Well, I don't want it. We're not supposed to do all of it, and I don't want it anymore.
Well, I don't know.
Well, under the circumstances, it doesn't seem right for me to keep it, so I'm going to give it back to you.
Under what circumstances? Gail, I don't understand what are you doing?
I told you. I'm giving you all the love you gave to me, and I'm giving it back.
Well, I'm not sure I want to. Whoa. You need help?
No, I got it. It's fine. Here you go.
And this is...
All the love you gave to me.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Whole lot.
Yeah. Huh?
Wow. What the heck am I gonna do with all that? I mean, I don't know if I have room.
I'm sure you find a place for it. And now, I think it's only fair for you to give me mine back. All the love I gave to you.
Yeah.
I want it back. So go get it.
Okay.
What is that?
It's all the love you gave me.
That? Is that all I gave to you?
That's all I can find. Gail, what's going on here?
I told you, we're done.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I asked you if I thought we were going to get married. Remember when I asked you that it was snowing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I asked you that, you got so quiet. And everybody said that
That right there should have told me everything.
Everybody who?
Everybody.
Who?
Marvelyn.
Marvelyn. Marvelyn said that? Like she's some sort of expert?
Yes. Marvelyn said how quiet God was all I needed to know. And she's right. You don't love me.
What? Gail, no.
And I've been trying to fix that. I tried to make you love me and give you every bit of love I had. And now, I don't have any love for you left. And that's not good for a person. So all of I gave to you, I want it back. Because I want to bring you with me.
Where are you going?
I need to get away from things.
What things? There aren't any things in this town to get away from.
Yes, there are you.
Me?
Yes. You're the things this time you get away from. And so all of I gave to you, I want it back. Because I can't go around giving your love to other guys.
Other guys? There are other guys?
No, not yet. But I'm 16-year-old baby.
Gail.
I think we're going to be done.
Why, Gail? We're a team.
And so, I think the best thing to do now is just return your love you gave to each other and call it even. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that really all of I gave to you, Lindu? I mean, what kind of person am I? No. I know I gave you more than that. Lindu, did you lose it?
No, Gail.
Did you lose it, Lindu? Because I know I gave you more than that, and I think you're pulling something on me. This is not the right time to pull something on me.
I'm not pulling something on you. I wouldn't do that to you. Just, I think you should just take what you came for, and I guess I'll see you later.
Lindu, what is this? What the heck is this? This is not, Lindu, what is this?
It's a ring, Gail.
What?
It's a ring.
This is not, oh, this is a ring. A ring that you've been for someone that you've been for quite a long time. And when you read for a couple minutes, you've been there for quite a long time. Oh, but all of I gave to you, where is it?
It's right there, Gail.
But,
It's right there.
but,
It is. That's it. Right there. There's so much of it. You gave me so much over the years.
11?
Over the 11 years.
11, yeah.
Yeah. There was so much of it that I didn't know what to do with it all. I had to put some in the garage, some in the shed. I asked my dad if he had any suggestions what to do with it all, and he said, "You got a ring yet?" I said, "No." And he said, "Get her one. And there's that much of that stuff coming in, that's about the only place you can put it." He said it all fit. And he was right. That thing is a lot bigger than it looks. So, there it is. All the love you gave me. Just not in the same form as when you gave it.
Yeah.
You still want it back?
Yes. I do.
Well then. Take it.
Can I keep all this?
It's yours.
Thank you. Lindu, you may have to give me a ring. That's not excellent.
Yes, I did. It was time. It's honorable.
Well, it's very beautiful. Lindu, I'm sorry, because it's like Friday night. I was at home all alone. I started thinking, and Lindu, what the heck I'm gonna do with all that?
I don't know. Because there's a whole lot more where that came from.
Well, we're gonna need a lot more rum, mister.
Nope.
I got wings, you got wings, all the guys' children got wings. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my wings, I'm gonna fly all over the heaven. Where's Willie, man?
He ain't with me.
Oh, come on in. You know my wife.
Yes. How you, Miss Ruth?
You right on time. Right on time. Absolutely. Sit down. Let me hear. There ain't nothing wrong, is there?
Well, you told me.
Didn't nothing go wrong?
Tell you about Walter. You know how I was. I gotta tell you how I was. I
I mean, first I gotta tell you how I was all the way. About the money I put in, Walter.
What about the money we put in?
Well, it wasn't as much as we told you, me and Willie. I'm sorry. I got a bad feeling about this. I got a real bad feeling about this.
What are you talking about? Tell me about what happened in Springfield.
It was this deal that we went in with Willie. We were supposed to go down to Springfield and bring some money around, so we wanted to wait so long for the liquor license. That was the way we had to do, remember?
What happened down there?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Then tell me, dang it! What is the matter with you?
I didn't go down to Springfield yesterday.
Why not?
Because I had no reasons to.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that when I got down to the train station, 8 o'clock yesterday, like we planned, me and Willie didn't never show up.
Why? Where was he? Where is he?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. I waited 6 hours. I called this house. I waited 6 hours in that train station. And that was all the extra money I had in the world. Listen, man, Willie's gone.
Gone? What do you mean Willie's gone? Gone where? You mean he went off by himself? You mean he went off by himself to take care of getting the license? You mean maybe he didn't want too many people to be on the news here. You know Willie got his own way. Maybe just maybe you were late yesterday, so you had to go out by yourself. Maybe he's been trying to call you at home and think about what happened to ourselves. He's somewhere. He got to be. And we got to find him. We got to.
What's the matter with you, Walter? When the cat runs off, but you don't leave me no roadmap.
Oh, Willie. I trusted you. I put my life in your hands, man. That might matter my father's blood.
I had my life stuck in this deal, too.
Hey.
Hey. Would you mind waiting a couple minutes?
Huh?
Cigarette smoke really bothers me.
Oh. Yeah. So, what's up? You're missing the party.
I'm just hanging out.
It's cool. How's the view?
I can see my building from here.
I know you. You're in my physics class, right?
Yeah,
What's your name?
Gene.
Right.
You're Samantha. Sam.
Yeah, how'd you know?
You're Mike.
Yeah. So, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Looks like a major bid for attention.
With my parents, I stopped trying.
So, what's the deal?
I decided life's just not worth it.
Bummer. What are you waiting for?
Amanda.
Amanda Harris? Do you want me to go get her?
No.
I can-
I'm waiting for her to leave.
Then you'll miss her.
Not by much.
That's harsh.
Yeah, well, so's life.
So what happened? She dumped you?
We weren't dating.
So she wouldn't go out with you?
No, not really.
Did you ask her out? Jean?
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, I just want to be able to tell people why you did it. I'm sure to be interviewed by the news and the tabloids. Well, after they hose you off the sidewalk.
Still no.
Did you leave a note?
No.
Do you want some paper?
Would you go away?
If you don't leave a note, how's anyone gonna know why you did it?
Because I'm gonna scream her name out as I fall, okay?
What if you can't finish?
What?
I mean, do you have this timed out? How long will it take? Probably the sort of thing I could figure out if I paid attention during physics. But, I mean, what if you only get to say, I'm back! Before you hit?
I'll finish.
There's a breeze. What if the wind takes the sound away?
I'll make sure they hear me.
Hey, I'm just trying to help.
I think I can handle it. You know, this isn't going to be pretty. I'm going to split open on the side off of my head. If I don't jump far enough, well, I might impale myself on an iron fence. So, unless you have nightmares about it for the rest of your life, you might want to go.
Nah, I'm cool. I don't think Amanda knows you like her so much.
I don't like her. I love her.
Oh, whatever. Just tell her.
I can't.
It's gotta be easier than this.
Yeah, but this makes more of a statement.
Statement about what?
It's just more dramatic, okay?
Oh, I know where else I've seen you. You're in all the plays at school, right? No wonder.
No wonder what?
You theater people are weird.
You are not.
Dude, you're on a ledge.
You don't understand.
Maybe not. Does your shrink understand?
I don't go to a shrink.
Something to think about. But, you know, Amanda's not so great. I mean, she's got a hot body. Yeah, but it's kind of obvious. Sort of pretty that you like to look at, but I can't imagine what I'd talk to her about.
No. She's really nice. She always smiles at me in the halls at school, and I run into her sometimes when I walk my dog, and we say hi. And then she talks to Molly and Patsy, and she's not like you think. I love her voice. It's kind of rough, but sweet.
Yeah, she's got a sexy voice. Oh, so, where do you live?
What?
I mean, I live near Amanda too. East 78th between Park and Lex, so where are you?
Why do you want to know?
Jeez, I was just curious. I thought maybe we could share a cab across the park.
After I kill myself?
Yeah, I forgot.
Stick around and we'll see.
Wait a second. You said you could see your building from here. This is the west side. You don't live near Amanda, do you?
I didn't say I did. I said I saw her walk my dog.
Oh, man!
What?
Tell me you don't drag your dog across town hoping you'll run into her.
No. We just go for long walks.
Oh, man, you're like a stalker.
I am not.
Then come back inside and talk to her.
I can't.
Why not? I'll help you find her.
Because she's got her tongue halfway down by the turn of the throat, okay? I ran into her when I was walking Molly last week, and we talked. And she said she was coming to MJ's party, and I said I was too. And she said, great, I'll see you there, we can hang out. I'm waiting all week for this party. I thought, perfect. I'll talk to her and then I'll ask her out. I've been wanting to for months.
Bobby's kind of cute, you know?
What?
I mean, he is.
He's an idiot. We've gone to school together for 8 years and he still can't remember my name. He's always, I mean, it's like other people just don't. He's an asshole.
Hey, he's not my type, but a lot of girls go for him.
Oh, would you go away, please?
Gene,
What?
got some bad news.
You're messed up. You know that.
Amanda's gone.
Bullshit, I'm not falling for that.
You must have missed her while we were talking. I bummed that cigarette from her and she and Bobby left.
No! You're lying. I've been watching. I couldn't have missed it.
Fine, she's still here. Me, I need a drink.
If you go, I'll jump.
Yeah, so? Thought you were gonna jump anyway.
But I'll jump now. It'll be your fault.
Oh, I can live with that.
Wow. Hey, Sammy.
Sammy! Bitch.
What'd you call me?
Jesus Christ, don't do that.
What'd you call me?
Oh, give me a break.
No one calls me that.
Everyone calls you that.
What?
Everyone calls you a bitch. Tonight, I don't know why.
Knock it off, asshole!
Or what? What the hell are you doing?
I'm gonna make you shut up!
Whoa! Stay away! Oh, I get it. It's like reverse psychology. You'll say you'll push me, so I say, no, I want to live.
No, I'm just pushing you.
I'll take you with me.
Like I care.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Ever forget it. You know, it's kind of cool out here.
Oh man, so messed up.
Just gotta talk to a shrink or something.
I don't think I could.
It's not so hard.
You go to one?
Yeah.
How come?
Parents make me go.
You're kidding. Why?
They're worried I'm a lesbian.
Whoa! That's messed up. Why do you think that?
Because I'm a lesbian.
What?
I like girls.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Don't know. Probably like you liking girls.
Does anyone else know?
No. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, no, I don't have a problem with it. My parents are kind of messed up about the idea. They said they'll, like, disown me or not pay for college or something, etc.
My parents are messed up, but not like that.
Good.
You want to go back in?
In a minute. It's kind of fun out here.
Yeah. It's a rush when the wind blows by.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wait. Here.
Yeah.